Why side hustles matter. I walked into a Chili's and the host asked, "Do you have a reservation?" I responded, "No. I have an offer. $2 million. The host fainted. I became the owner of that Chili's overnight. Now when I walk in, the host asks me, "How many $20 bills would you like?" Well, I'd like to thank Elon Musk for his relentless inspiration in getting me to this point as the owner of a new Chili's franchise. I'd like to thank the Instagram investment page this picture came from. And finally, I would like to thank God, because God gave me that $2 million. And I feel God in this Chili's tonight. What is up, my aesthetic boys? It's Fresh, back with another video where we take a look at some totally real, super not fake stories that absolutely happened. So strap in, guys. I think it'll be a good one. What is your most embarrassing moment? Well, easy. In full bus, I was listening to hardcore metal and started singing out loud with growls and scream and everything. I did get applause from a bunch of people though. Okay, so just to clarify, your most embarrassing moment was a time that you describe as an impromptu performance of death metal that everyone on your crowded bus enjoyed? Oh yeah, my most embarrassing moment was this time I sang karaoke at a club because my friend signed me up without telling me, and then I got a standing ovation and there was an agent in the crowd who signed me to a record deal. Oh my god, so embarrassing, wow. Anybody ever accidentally make six figures from business without intending to? I wanted to spend time with my kids instead of working. The average price of homes were $160K in my market last year, Missouri. I'm not mad. Well, thanks for letting everyone know that you were mad about accidentally making a bunch of money. I'm sure that was the thought on everybody's mind. Just as a PSA, you are allowed to be proud of things without making them look like an accident. Like, oh my god, why can't you just take the freaking compliment? When I'm angry at my girlfriend, I watch porn in front of her to piss her off or pretend I'm texting someone. Being busy in general. Wow, no likes and 12 comments? Oh, this'll be good. Weirdest gift I have ever given or received. Well, some dude catcalled me on the street, and when I gave him a dirty look, he apologized and gave me $100 and said he was sorry for the patriarchy. This is real. This definitely happened. I go to Starbucks solely to see the embarrassment in the eyes of the grown man who orders a low-fat iced latte frap frou-frou blah blah when he looks up and sees me taking a sip of my straight black coffee with no cream or sugar. Wait, so you're saying that you go to Starbucks and order black coffee in your daily attempt to sip hot bean juice while staring strangers in the eyes, and yet you think that they're the ones to be made fun of? I don't know about that one, Chief. Everywhere I go, I don't wear a mask, and they still serve me or sell to me. I must have that "don't confront me or I'll rip your head off and down your neck down your neck" face. That's right. I'll down your neck. Don't test me. I'll fucking piss on your kneecaps. I would literally spit on your forearms if you don't watch yourself. This has to be one of the most bizarre insults that I have ever heard. This lady at Jamba Juice just cut me in line, and the workers saw when it was my turn, so they go, "Congrats, you were the 18th customer today. You get a free drink of choice." OMFG, her face. Wow, who knew jumping the line at a local smoothie shop was the biggest problem sweeping the nation? I hope your razzmatazz tasted better with that side of Facebook embellishment. I got my workplace to see the truth, tagged as good news. One of my older coworker ladies gave me this mask with kittens on it that she said she found online after I once told her I loved cats. I then ripped it up in front of her stunned face. Oh, that poor, kind old lady who remembered you like cats and tried to do something nice for a coworker during a tough time. This one just makes me kind of sad. I actually saw a guy that was wearing two masks, but I stopped and turned around and looked straight into his eyes. Hold on. What is up with all these anti-mask people and prolonged eye contact with strangers? Anyhow, I turned around and looked straight into his eyes and stared laughing as I said, "You really don't have your own thoughts, nor do what is best for you." I said I saw that the news was saying that those who were wearing double masks were very gullible and they were very easily herded over the cliffs of the Grand Canyon in the next few months. Then I turned around and skipped off like a kid laughing so hard I couldn't pass the opportunity to shame his dumbass. Oh my god, you were wearing two masks? During a pandemic? What are you gonna do next? Jump off the Grand Canyon, nerd? I'm gonna go skip off and then post about this on Facebook. Yeah, it doesn't sound quite as cool when you put it that way. This video is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. The month is March, the year 2013. Xi Jinping becomes the president of China, the Louisville men's basketball team embarks on their championship tournament run, Oz the Great and Powerful is the #1 movie in America, and the original Ridge Wallet Kickstarter campaign exceeds its funding goal by 2,000%. Fast forward 8 years, and they've sold over 1 million wallets that they've spent that whole time perfecting. They've introduced new designs like 18 karat gold and forged carbon ember, and they've improved their logo. They've improved their logo a lot. To celebrate their 8th anniversary, RidgeWallet.com is offering 15% off literally everything. It's like Black Friday, but in March. Head on over to RidgeWallet.com to check out all of their newest products like their wallet-sized bottle opener at this celebratory discount. Remember, that's RidgeWallet.com. I had a professor pull me aside after class because he noticed I was drinking a whiskey and Coke during his lecture. He noticed that because I wrote whiskey and Coke on the bottle I was drinking out of. He said I reminded him of himself at my age, and he changed a missed test grade from an incomplete to an A. Yeah, then the whole lecture clapped. Nice one, yeah, I'll take things that never happened for 500, Alex. Now, I'm a fan of this expression. I've used it in videos before. It's a massive Facebook group, I believe, but $500 isn't actually a value on Jeopardy. They only use even numbers. They go right from 400 to 600. I'm not even sure how 500 became the default value for this bit. I'm not sure why it wasn't 600 or heck even 1,000, the highest value. I just thought it was interesting that such a common saying nowadays departs so severely from its source material. Fuck teenagers. I hope that is a different meaning than what it sounds like. I was in Safeway the other day wearing a mask, and I had one in a group of teens cough at me twice. I let it go. Later in the day, I was at Costco, and the same thing happened from a different group of teenagers. From a distance, I followed them to the checkout and out into the parking lot. Once they were in their car, I tapped on the window and asked, "What if my mother had died from COVID-19 recently?" He said, "Go f*** yourself." I quickly grabbed my Leatherman and stabbed all 4 of his tires and screamed at him to get the f*** out of his car so I could beat the shit out of him. He refused. I went back into Costco and finished my shopping. You know what? It's kind of refreshing to hear a made-up story from the pro-mask side of the aisle. Now we can see that people of all persuasions can make shit up on the internet. He definitely had us in the first half because teenagers can in fact be assholes, but a grown adult flipping out on a teenager, slashing his tires, then trying to physically threaten him, well, that just sounds like a run-of-the-mill Reddit post to me. My girl told me that a guy at the club was hitting on her. She pointed him out for me and I stormed over there. He was with a group of other ugly-looking drunks. I asked, "You're hitting on my girl?" He looked over and said, "Maybe so." End of the night, I'm standing outside the club with blood on my hands and 4 grown men begging for my forgiveness. Mess with my girl? Get a beating from me. Simple as that. Yep, simple as that indeed. You know, peanut butter and jelly, salt and pepper, gin and tonic, Facebook posts, and making up stories about winning epic cinematic fights. Some things just go together. On the other hand, my 7-year-old watching horrible histories on the space race. "Daddy, what is communism?" After 20 seconds, he says, wide-eyed, "Capitalism is evil." That'll do, kid. That'll do. Hell, why not have an opinion about the economy? Not like that 7-year-old really knows that much less about capitalism or communism than most people. There's an old saying about economists. Being an economist sucks because everyone's got an opinion on the economy. Nobody goes up to a geologist and says, "Igneous rocks are fucking bullshit." Tell me, what was your first red pill? When my dad had a stroke and the social worker wanted to kick him out of the hospital because he was a white male with green eyes and, quote, "Public hospitals was not for people like him." How was that a red pill moment? Don't you know that not treating green-eyed people is in the Hippocratic Oath, and for legal reasons, that was a joke. That is not in the Hippocratic Oath. Susan, please do not demonetize me. Something Liam said to me today. "Mom, I'm gonna delete TikTok off of your phone. It seems when I watch it, I always see people that are showing their gold and diamond chains, mansions, cars, and money. It's fine that they have it, but what about all the people watching it that have nothing? What if everyone on TikTok talked about God and Jesus? TikTok would be a happier place, and I definitely know that this world would be a happier place." As soon as he deleted it, he said, "Gosh, that being gone makes me feel so much better." Wise thoughts from a 6-year-old. Oh boy, if you think that wealth and religion don't have any overlap, wait until you find out how many televangelists live in mansions and fly around in private jets. Wouldn't want to get caught in a long tube with a bunch of demons. That's not a bit, that's actually what this preacher Kenneth Copeland said about why he flies in his private jet. I guess the old saying, easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven, isn't quite as popular as it used to be. I was approached by an odd-looking 20-something guy that said, "F***, dude, how tall are you? You're huge." I said, 6'3" with boots on. He said, "Wanna join our BLM movement to stir up more shit?" I took off my sunglasses and glazed hard at him, showed him my belt buckle, as seen below. He screamed like a little girl and ran off. He knew an ass-kicking beatdown was next for him. 6'3" with boots on? That's supposed to be intimidating? Homie's like 6 foot, which is not short, but certainly not. How's the weather up there tall? And did he just say he glazed the guy? Yeah, some guy came up to me at the market about joining the BLM movement, so I told him I was 6'3" in boots, and then I fucking glazed him. Actually, to quote the post, I glazed him hard.